Okay, Dave, what's going on? You think we're going to get any predictions tonight?
It's been well, hopefully we will, but I haven't seen you in a year, so
Yeah, it's been an awful long time. Here
oh
we
man.
go.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Late Late Horror Show or Paranormal to the Night on the Late Late Horror Show or just whatever, the prediction show or the Dino and Dave show. But hello and welcome to 2024. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Not nearly enough, and it's Monday night, which is so weird.
I know. It is weird but this will be the last Monday. I mean, we should be back to regular Sunday, fun
Yeah.
day. So yeah, looking forward to, man, the next 3 weeks, really. We got Columbo next week. Then we got a guest, which you'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
And then we got Kochak. But first, we haven't seen these people in a year. And we did take the end of the year off there. So
We did.
and listen, people, get ready. I don't care how you summon the prediction or pull it out of your noggin or whatever. I want everybody in the chat tonight to come up with a prediction for this coming year. Try to stay clear of like presidents, political stuff, please. But let's have some fun and let's try to conjure up a prediction. And next year, because I will save this, next year we will talk about it and see if anybody even came close to making a prediction true. So
Yeah.
So who's in the chat, Dave?
I saw Ed Stewart, so hello, Ed Stewart. Connie, Anonymous, Lulu Bell. That's what she said.
What is that?
It's
really
here. Now,
Tammy Wilson is here. Happy New Year. Hey, what's going on, Tammy Wilson?
Kathy Evans is here.
Black Roses.
The Late Late Horror Show.
Oh, I'm here too, huh?
Yeah, and Sweet Indigo. And of course, Southern Coke drinker Laura.
Nice. Hey, Laura. Hello to everybody. Happy New Year. Hopefully this year goes great. Edward Stewart, you sent me some stuff. Listen, you guys, next week, next live show, I'm going to show what Edward Stewart got me. I don't have it with me, Edward, but I am going to show it. It's so freaking cool, and thank you very much. It's a Jason Voorhees mask that sits on a stand, and it lights up. It's going to be so cool right back there, wherever I plan on doing it. And a Bela Lugosi VHS tape, couple more Ovaltines. So there you go. But man, that Jason Voorhees mask, Dave. Oh, it's so cool. I've never seen that anywhere before.
Yeah,
I've never seen that anywhere before. But Edward Stewart, thank you very much. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. And Lulu Bell, thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate the support. Really do. So yes, when we say to give us predictions, please go ahead and give us predictions for the coming year, and we will anytime you really want. I'm going to hold the chat, and we will start taking predictions. But Dave, what do you got to say? We do got a guest in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You want to give a little info on who we got coming on here on the 14th, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so next week we're going to talk about Columbo again, which I can't wait to have you see a second episode.
Well, I'm going to have a negative reaction on that one.
I think you are. Boom.
Yeah. Name of the show, people.
And we got this one stars Dick Van Dyke, but he's a total jerk in the episode. And the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't like this because I'm so used to him on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Right, his comedy and all that. I don't know if he puts any comedy into this, but
there's no comedy.
No. Okay, that's all right. Serious Dick Van Dyke.
But we have some wonderful people in the episode, and it is probably one of the best endings, probably among the top 5 endings that you'll see, much better than the last show's ending that we saw. Where
really?
The guy gave up. You're right. I'm the, I
Yeah,
did it.
yeah. Great
Um,
episode, the last one, but yeah, a little yeah, on the ending. Oh, real quick too, overnight tonight, you guys. I haven't done this, I don't think a long time, but I have to push back the show to 10:30 instead of 10. So it's going to be a half hour later than usual. So whoever's here and is going to listen overnight, half hour late tonight. So there you go. No big deal. No big deal. Continue, Dave. 14th, a guest.
14th, we have a guest. The guest's name is Kendall Phillips. He is a professor at Syracuse University, and he has written a book called Kolchak, the Night Stalker. So, as you can imagine, we're going to be talking Kolchak that night. We're going to be talking about all things horror. He is a teacher who gets to teach really fun classes. I was just telling Dino he has taught a class on haunted house stories.
Haunted houses and like a haunted house horror movies.
Yeah, exactly.
So movies with haunted houses in them, like the old Dark House, so stuff like that. So yeah, I would love to get it. Yeah.
Really excited. I actually ordered his book, so I'm going to read it before we interview him. But he gets to, he's very well versed in all the Netflix shows and things like that. And I think we'll have a really wonderful chat with him. And
Nice.
then the week after, we will also have the next Kolchak episode 8, called Bad Medicine. And Bon Jovi does not make an appearance in it, but
No.
we'll see who does.
Wait, who just? Okay, hold on a second. Dharma 241 said just joined Kolchak. Oh, must have just joined the chat. Welcome, Dharma 241. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Me and Dave usually do shows on Sunday. But yeah, that guest on the 14th in 2 weeks, that's going to be great. And then Kolchak after that. And it is Bad Medicine. It was very difficult to figure out how to do a thumbnail because you got to watch what you put up because it deals with Native Americans. And who is it? Jaws is from James Bond. He plays the
On with the teeth.
Yeah, the Native American in this episode. At least it looked like him on the picture to me. I'm gonna have to recheck again, but it was tough. But hopefully everybody gets an idea through the thumbnail. It's Bad Medicine, deals with Native American lore and stuff like that. Tony, horror writer, what is going on? Good to see you. But yeah, welcome to everybody here tonight. Duck Dodgers is here. Good to see you. Listen. Laura's taking the easy way out. It's okay. It's okay, but says, I don't think much will change in the world, but I think it is going to be a good year for us. Thank you for that positive attitude. Now, use your will to come up with some kind of, it could be anything. The biggest hurricane ever off the coast of Florida hits mainland, and yeah, I mean there's a prediction right there. I'm writing that down by Dino. Dino predicts the biggest hurricane ever. Something just came out. It just came out. See, that's what I'm talking about. It just flowed, and I don't know if I'm predicting something at the moment, Dave, or not. Am I? Possibly.
You could be. I enjoyed it earlier when you said you were using your noggin.
Yeah.
That sounded like old.
Sometimes what's going on in here, it's like a machine almost. Like I don't know what's coming out. I don't know if it's going to break down, if it needs oiled, or what's going on. You know what I mean, Dave? So it is what it is. I don't know.
I also wanted to say hello to Harry Scott. I saw him enter the room. And
Hi, boy donuts.
There was also one other person.
Sweet Indigo.
Well, I think I said hello, Sweet Indigo already.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said it again. Hello, Sweet Indigo.
Yes. And I was going to ask you as well, since it's New Year's and everything like that, if you had any traditions you did with your family growing up with a whole bunch of family members. Brothers, cousins, uncles, things like that.
Wait, say that again.
What did you do as a kid for New Year's Eve? before
Okay.
the internet.
Okay. So second prediction, Dino will be close to 200K. Yeah, let's see. I hope so, Connie. Close to 200K by December. Okay, so I got that down. Listen, I'm going to bring these out from the vault like Art Bell did, right?
Oh yeah.
Dave, which we should touch on that
Oh,
after, but
yeah.
or whatever. Well, you can go do it now, and then I'll tell you
Talk
about
about it
mine.
now, because Art Bell every year did a prediction show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of those prediction shows he retired. Um, it was like his last show for a while,
Yeah.
but he did a prediction show every year, and he got all sorts of cool people to come on with him. So it might have been like a super long show, like 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, but he would like hang out and he would talk to, in fact, I wrote one of their names down here.
Black Roses.
Gordon Michael Scallion
Oh yeah.
was one of his guests, and he's, if you don't know who that is, he's an intuitive.
Yeah.
So they would talk about Egypt and Atlantis, and there was one. I went back to the 2000 show, and they were talking about how we might be moving toward a wireless society.
Oh.
And here we are, a quarter of a century later, when we're pretty much all wireless now.
Well, see, there's thing. It comes to your movie. See, there are shows like that. There were intuitives, there were psychics, there were Ed Dames, wackos, crazies. There were actual people on the day of New Year's that Art Bell, like people called in and did predictions. Most of them, were nothing, but sometimes there was something there. But a lot of the intuitives, like Gordon Michael Scallion, and I think it was Sean David Morton. I think that was the other one, Sean David Morton. Both intuitives, and I think not so much Gordon Michael Scallion. I think Gordon Michael Scallion went on prophecy, and he was a very smart man who looked at things that were on the horizon in the future. You know what I mean? So like new technology and stuff like that. So between all of his research on prophecy and stuff like that, he dug into like Nostradamus and stuff like that, and then being on the cusp of knowing what's going on in the world, him coming up with the wireless, and all that. I stuff like that. It's hard to say he predicted that, when technically he knew something was out there, that was in that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Dave? Yeah. And then you had people like Sean David Morton, who I think he was a charlatan, is what I think. I don't know. Do you remember him and how he went?
I do. Yeah. He's
Always selling stuff.
Step above Ed Dames.
Yeah.
But you could call the 800 number and speak to a
you
operator.
could.
She's standing by, and you can order one of his books and classes and thoughts like that.
Yeah. Oh, are you talking about Ed Dames?
No, I'm talking about Morton.
Oh, Sean David Morton. Okay.
Yeah.
They're kind of one and the same, except Ed Dames is Dr. Doom. And again, you guys, please give me a prediction for the year.
Well, I
could
saw
be anything.
A good one as well from Duck Dodgers. And Duck Dodgers said, as I scan down here, they'll realize hydrogen cars are better than EV. I happen to agree, and mainly because I'm a fan of Bob Lazar, because Bob Lazar says that it's easier to create hydrogen cars and power them, and it's like so easy. And
so who said that? Duck
Dodgers. So
is that a prediction?
I think so. It's our number 3 prediction.
Okay, so number 3, we're going to go with Duck Dodgers says more hydrogen cars. I mean, yeah, that's basically it, right?
Yeah, I think hydrogen will replace the EV, electric vehicles.
Replace electric. Okay, gotcha. It's down. Replace electric vehicles. And Edward Stewart says something big in the weather. is going to happen. Just where will it be? He just doesn't know. Okay. So Edward Stewart says something big in the weather in this country, I would take it. Ed Stewart happens. So Ed Stewart, something big in the weather. Okay, so and I will work my way down. I'm going through the. I'm holding the chat and then scrolling as I we keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
But Ed Dames definitely. I don't think any of his predictions came true. I'm still waiting on the kill shot from the
Yep.
sun to wipe out all life on. Well, not all life, because he said if you would have bought his DVDs, and if you would have brought, I think he even got into property development and stuff in Hawaii. If as long as you found yourself high enough in elevation and in a cave, you would survive the kill shot. And he knew the places were in Hawaii, where there were caves, where there was fresh water that could get you through this catastrophe, which never happened. But the list can go on and on with Ed Dames. The point I'm trying to make with him is he annoyed me. Am I too brutal?
No,
Anyway.
no. But especially to me, it was the voice of Ed Dames, and also
his
how
cockiness.
that and the cadence, I think, with Ed Dames, like, yep, this is what's going to happen. This is what we're gonna, this is what we're up against, and a lot of us have thought about this, and we've done remote viewing, and this is the way it's going to be. So.
And Art Bell would always ask, tell him again, like, are you sure? And again, Ed Dames, that's what would get me. He's like, listen, there's no, like, it's remote viewing's a thing, and if that's what we've seen, that's what's going to happen. And then he would get into, well, there are interpretations, this could happen. Eventually, he started getting into the time thing, that sometimes you can't nail down times and dates, and I get that, but yeah, no, he was so arrogant with, no, it's going to happen. That's what we remote viewed, so that's what's going to happen.
I'm just sure glad he had Richard C. Hoagland on so many more times.
Oh gosh, listen, Richard, I would love to talk to him, but I don't know how old he is right now. But I loved every show he ever did. I mean, and he backed up what he said with facts. He really did. I mean, some things when it came to the pictures on Mars and the moon and stuff like that was a little iffy, but right. He knew more about that stuff than me. Okay, guys, predictions. Come on, throw them out there. Let's see.
One thing I did like about Richard C. Hoagland was he made a point of saying that he loved the millennium change. He goes, because that's when everyone kind of celebrated together. It was a very communal type of thing, and everyone was really kind of gathering in such a positive way.
Yes, definitely. And I loved the 2000 prediction show, because that was the year of the Y2K. Yeah. Like where everything was going to just be destroyed. Civilization was going to come crashing down because all our clocks, all our computers.
But we won't know until Monday.
Right.
Go back to work. That always cracked me up. Let me tell you something. I was a sales rep at the time.
Okay.
And I was in Orchard Supply Hardwares and Home Depots and Home Bases and everything like that. And you wouldn't believe the amount of generators that they were selling. I mean, everyone was just taking out a generator, whether it was a small one or a $1,600 one that looked like a hot water heater. And all these companies as well, they would put up signs, hey, we're not going to accept these as returns on January 2nd.
Yeah. No, I know. They were, the big upswing. I mean, if people got into the market during that period and were smart enough, I mean, geez, Black Roses, Dave, There's
Yeah.
snow all the time up in Greenland, right?
Yes, it is. I found that kind of funny.
Black roses. I can't take that prediction. But
Now, if we had green in Greenland, let's
yeah.
talk.
Yeah. Hey, Bubba. Good to see you. Artemis, what's going on? Again, tonight's overnight stream will be a half hour late, but you still get the whole 12 hours overnight. Let's see. Does
What are we
Sweet
going to
Indigo
be
have one?
listening to overnight?
Oh, a surprise mixed bag of suspense episodes. So
Okay.
I don't think anybody really. Well, maybe you guys do. There's an awfully lot of suspense episodes. Listen, there's more than what we have, but we have roughly somewhere around 500 episodes. So there's a lot of suspense episodes. Of course, CBS Radio Mystery Theater is the king or queen, whatever you want to call it, with 1,300, so to speak. But Suspense, I think, is the second show with the most episodes that have survived and was one of the longer running shows. So surprise mix tonight on Suspense. So there you go. All Tesla cars was this past week, Tesla going out of business. Wait, is this a prediction, Sweet Indigo? Dave, all Tesla cars was this past week.
I think she updated it where there was a recall or something like that. There it is. Tesla's cars was recalled this past week. I have a funny feeling they're going out of business within the next year or so.
Okay, so there we go. Let's see. Sweet Indigo. Boy, you mean the car or Tesla in general? Boy, that'd be tough on Elon Musk, right? Sweet Indigo says Tesla goes out of business. Hey, we've got 5 predictions already.
That's good. I've got one as well, but I'm going to wait for just a little bit.
Okay.
Because you haven't answered my question.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so let's get to that. And then I'll.
So here's Dino, 8 years old, 10 years old. What did Dino's family do? Was there a special food that they made? Was there something they did for good luck? What was it?
Listen, I tell you what, I had a crazy, wacky, giant Italian family up until a certain point when I was younger, up until I was about the age of 18. That's when the whole family stuck together. And we always got together for birthdays, for Christmas, and New Year's, in particular New Year's. We just all got together, goofed around, had fun, told jokes. Like my grandfather was the comedian, and he just, I've talked about this before. I loved him to death. He just made us all laugh. He would do his thing, drink a little wine and get tipsy and have fun. But they would make the Jell-O cake. I always remember with you would make a white cake where you pour the Jell-O in there, and you would put it in the fridge so that the Jell-O gets cold and all that stuff. Then you would put the Cool Whip on top of it, all over the top, bring it out and cut it. It sounds so simple, and it is. But Dave, I just remember it all the time. And it's funny that all these years I've never made it myself, which is kind of crazy because it tastes so good. But it was punch. They would put punch in a big bowl with vanilla ice cream. Okay, and as the vanilla ice cream melts in the punch, you got kind of a creamy, nice little punch there. I always loved it. We would dip our cup.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and my grandma had a big glass punch bowl from a long, what they would use a long time, big family. And there was always, so those were the 2 things I always remembered. And just having fun and all the family being there. And we would watch, what? The funny thing is I would never remember what was on TV because, was Dick Clark doing the ball drop around that time? I'm not sure.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah, he must have been. So that must have been what was on TV. So, but no, that was usually my New Year's kind of growing up. It was always fun. Cool. And then then when I hit 18, things change. You become an adult. You're doing your own thing. You're hanging out with friends,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But as a kid, yeah, it was always fun times. Yeah. How about you?
I came from totally opposite family. My parents were divorced. It was just me and my sister and my mom, and we didn't really do a New Year's party or anything like that. I was all into, watching Dick Clark at the end of every night, um, watching the ball drop in New York City. It was probably 13, 14 before I realized they're replaying it because that happens 3 hours ahead of us. Um, but we didn't really do anything like, any wild things. For me, I always think of the New Year's
Yeah.
as such a point of rejuvenation, of cleaning, of like in the garden, and having grown up working in nurseries, it's the time where you prune roses back, you thin
Yeah.
out fruit trees, all the leaves drop. It's just such a revitalization
Yeah.
time period. And I remember one particular New Year's, I took everything out of my room, um, put it out into the backyard patio, washed down the walls, washed the floor, and wood floor, not
Yeah.
carpet, and brought everything back in, and it was just kind of, and I did that on New Year's Day. And while I did that, I had the TV on and watched, probably a Ken Burns Civil War special or something like that, something epic that I could
Ooh,
watch,
nice.
and did that. One of my friends, and I saw a couple people add in some things that they made in the chat. Southern Coke drinker Laura says our tradition were eating greens and black-eyed peas. Um, and then there was one other person as well, Duck Dodgers, black-eyed peas, and cabbage New Year's dinner. One of my friends that I hung out with a lot on New Year's, her family would have pickled herring. That was you all ate a thing of pickled herring for good luck for the next year.
Right. We do got Emperor Penguin giving a little signal cue.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
that's all I'll say. Welcome. Hey, Willie Abe, what's going on? Ryan79, good to see you. Does anybody else have a prediction for this coming year? Please put it in the chat, and when I get to you, we will go over it, because we've got some funny stuff here. I can't write this down, but Laura does say, I predict we all get raises at work and chickens get cheaper. Well, if chicken's getting cheaper, could that be a prediction? No, I'm not going. It's a joke. But Edward Stewart also says, my prediction for the next chapter of Exorcist will be better than Exorcist Believer. Probably right. Any serious ones here? Come on, you guys. You guys are going to your brain. Think about the world going on right now. Think about what's going on, and just first thing that comes to your mind, just throw it out there and put it in the chat. You just don't know what intuitive thoughts you have, or what could possibly pop up. So give it a try. Give it a try right now. So.
And Willie Abe says that they would wash all the clothes in the house.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? The new year is about a fresh start. It always has been. It's the typical things of people who smoke, stop smoking, get healthier, go to the gym more, watch what you eat. 90% of those people aren't going to follow through with them, because we never do. But it is just something that we probably should do. I mean, but it's hard to hold on to stuff that we like. A fresh start. It's hard to change your ways. You know what I mean? But I guess the beginning of the year is the time that everybody does that. So yeah. Discus Macabre. Let's see. What do you got to say here? Still have my Honda 5KW, runs like a champ. While I didn't need it for Y2K, I have used it several times in the intervening years, mostly dealing with ice storms. Definitely glad I brought it. Okay, well, that's interesting. And Edward Stewart bringing up the Buick. Buick does have to be all electric by 2030 or they will not last. True statement. Okay. Okay.
I feel bad. I didn't know Buicks were still around.
Oh, yeah. Listen, of course they are, Dave.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Let's see. What's Laura's tradition? You said that already. Yeah. I knew this would be hard to get people to predict anything. Art Bell had the entire country. I have the Late Late Horror Show. So try to predict if you want. And listen, this was just kind of an experiment with me and Dave since we're doing all these Art Bell shows. So we thought, why not? Let's try to do a prediction show. So I'm trying to go down and see. Hopefully I don't miss anything. If anything stands out to you, Dave, let me know. Miss Laura, okay, let's see.
Well, I was going to give you my prediction.
Well, you might as well. I don't see anything else in the chat. Let's see. Am I caught up? Silver dollar, black. Okay. I was going to start eating healthy. Ryan, hold on. Ryan says I was going to start eating healthy today. I immediately forgot and had a bear claw this morning. Tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. Willie Ape says we would wash all the clothes in the house. Okay. I'll stop there and let Dave give us his. What's your prediction, Dave?
My prediction was that one of the big named fast food chain companies is going to close.
Oh, boy. Big name fast food.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be McDonald's, but maybe Taco Bell, Del Taco, one of those places. And all of a sudden, they're just going to, for one reason or another, they're going to close or be bought out.
Okay. I put that down. Dave Plouffe says one of the big food chains will close their doors for good. Forever. Never to be seen again or whatever. Maybe taken over. But yeah, okay. So written down, that's number 6. I was thinking Burger King. I mean, I don't know how much longer they're going to last, but anyways.
I can't tell you the last time I had Burger King. And why would I want to go get a Whopper or a Junior Whopper or the King? He scares me, you know?
Well, I'm not even going to say why I don't. Listen, the food is just, I'm allowed to say the food's terrible. It's terrible. You can't let fast food sit for 20 minutes and expect somebody to enjoy an onion ring. I mean, come on.
That's true. Now, I'm sorry, was Burger King your first job? I forget. You worked at a fast food place.
Yes. Burger King was my first job. So it was before graduating high school. I was in Burger King.
All right.
So
you have firsthand experience of.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I mean, even back then it started, but, they just, you can't let food sit. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's called fast food for a reason. I mean, when you get fresh onion rings from Burger King that just came out and they dump it in your thing and you go, Dave, they're so good. But don't let it get soggy. Anyways.
All right. But, and Sweet Indigo says, I can see Pizza Hut and Taco Bell going down. I hope neither of them go down because they're my favorites. I love Pizza Hut pizza. That's probably the staple around here. And then Taco Bell, I don't go there very often, but their cinnamon twists are out of sight. And I always generally get the same thing with the macho combo burrito or whatever that they have.
Oh, my son has fallen in love with Taco Bell now. And I'm like, okay, well, as long as his stomach can handle it. Hey, Pink Panther, what's going on? Good to see you. There are some predictions coming in. So very cool. Dharma241 says, my prediction is something big with tectonic plates. So talk about that a second, Dave. I'm writing it down. Yeah, I think that could happen. You heard enough Art Bell shows. What about tectonic plates? You think that could happen? We've heard it in the past.
Yes. And it is it's fascinating the way the tectonic plates work. And when you look back, even like 250 million years ago, Middle Cambrian times, all the continents, really, if you imagine the world, are down at the bottom where the Antarctica is. They're all together. They're South America and Africa are upside down. North America is actually like an island out in the equatorial area.
Yeah.
And it's just fascinating the way that the world shifts. So yes, I totally agree. Tectonic plates could possibly happen.
Yeah, and he says he or she. I'm taking that Dharma is a man, but I shouldn't just assume. But something big with tectonic plates, because of course something's happening with tectonic plates every day. I mean,
it's part of our Earth.
Yeah, I mean, we get volcanoes, we get other earthquakes, we get this and that, but something really big, which could be where it causes a tsunami, or so. Yeah, good one. Duck Dodger's got another good one. AI, artificial intelligence, will perform a coup d'état. I'm going to put that down. Duck Dodgers, that's your second one. Listen, I'm not going to limit how many you guys do because we're not Art Bell, but AI coup.
No, but we try to be.
We try to be. Listen, there's no one else out there trying to be. Listen, I don't hear anybody out there that's real. I mean, it's just all a bunch of BS. I jumped in, and you know what, Duck Dodgers, that's a good one because of the way AI has exploded right now. It's just unbelievable. And there's even a robot out there right now who is learning emotion and everything else. So it's scary. It really is scary. Anyways, what was I talking about, Dave? My head. Come on, no, I can't forget it.
You were talking about tectonic plates.
No. Okay. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. It'll come back to me.
Then you started putting a finger in my face.
Oh, thank you. Art Bell. Yeah. George Norrie. I figured, you know what? Last night this was, Dave. I know. But for some reason, because this was coming up and something got in my mind, I said, I'm going to turn on because the only way you can listen is on your radio, AMs or whatever device you got, but it's still where it has commercials. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I turn it on and there's a commercial on. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. Dave, 15 minutes I was waiting. They were all commercials. And I turned it off. There could have been another 10 minutes of commercials. I remember the last time I listened to George Norrie and Coast to Coast, when I was giving him a chance so many years ago, that there were so many commercials.
Right.
But how can you sit through a show that it's just commercial after? You're not enjoying no programming.
Not only that, you don't have any programming. How many commercials do we have in our 90-minute stream?
None. Yeah, right.
So you get 90 minutes of Dino and Dave.
Yes.
And I can't
At least, yeah.
It would be nice to have a sponsor.
Yeah.
You know, something we could talk about midway through. It probably won't be Taco Bell or Burger King.
Well, I would say after the fact, there is one advertisement at the very beginning.
Okay. All
right. That you can skip, hopefully. I think that's the way it is. But every show that I put on live, I don't put no advertisements on or nothing like that. Never. Even the overnights. Never. Pure
content.
Yes.
And the same, you know, and when you go to Coast AM, you know, God bless it, because we all grew up with it, but those commercials drive me crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I can't stand it. It's oh my God. We've been spoiled now with no commercials. Back in the day when we're listening to Art Bell, they were shorter commercials. I think I remember like 4 minutes of commercials or maybe 5. And then he would come back and do 15 minutes. And then there would be another 5 minutes. But man, when it started getting to 15-minute commercials, it was just too much. But anyways, let's see. Willie Abe, is this a true? Let's see. I predict that Diddy will be arrested for his part in Tupac's death. You know what? I'll write that down.
Yeah, that's a decent one.
Number 9, Willie Abe. We've got 9 predictions already, and I will bring this out next year to go over them. And you never know. Willie Abe says his name's just Diddy now, right? So I'll just put Diddy. I know who you're talking about. Diddy Combs, P. Diddy, aka whoever, will be arrested. Will be arrested for Tupac. Okay, I got that down. Okay, so we got 9. Let's see. Hides in long grass. What is going on? Good to see you. Good to see you, definitely. Okay, we can get rid of that. Davy and Goliath, hello. Welcome to the channel. No more hate and a better society. Good luck on that prediction. I'm not even writing that down because it's never going to happen. But if it does, I most certainly will remember it. Anyways, welcome to the channel if you're new. Anyways,
and Ed Stewart says that those onion rings, fresh, make my hair stand up.
Oh, a good sign. Yes, very good, very good. Most things that are fresh, man, are, right out of the fryer or off the grill is going to be pretty good. But again, don't let it sit. Okay, Edward Stewart, Burger King or Hardee's. Burger King or Hardee's? I think Hardee's definitely before Burger King at this point in my life, unless it's fresh.
Yeah, we don't have a Hardee's here.
Hardee's is going bye-bye. Oh, is that a prediction? Anyways, let's see. Dino, seriously. Okay, let's see. Willie, Dino, seriously, I had a dream that all the volcanoes in the world erupted at the same time. So are you putting it as a prediction? You know what? I mean, listen, as far out as some of these sound, Dave, right? Talk about it, you professor.
Well,
is that even possible?
And for us to survive, no.
Well, no.
I mean, look at what happens when like one giant volcano blows up, right? And we have basically a summer without heat. We have crop failures. We have all the debris in the air, the clouds everywhere. And it's just, I mean, just one big volcano ruins a whole year.
Well, let me put it this way, Dave. If that's a prediction that Willie Abe had, somehow he dreamt it, all volcanoes erupt, we won't even talk about it because we won't be here.
Right.
We're gone.
Yeah.
We're dead. So, I mean, I hate to say it. That's just the way it is.
And
so I wrote it down, but if that comes true, I'm not even reading it because, yeah.
Now, I will say that Jake Potts, and Ed just went off my screen. Hold on.
Boy, everybody's giving all kinds. Sweet Indigo. Dave, I can see pizza and Taco Bell going down.
Yep.
Okay.
Jake Potts said, I predict Kaboom cereal makes a comeback on the shelves of America. That kind of reminded me about
Kaboom
you
cereal.
And all the cool cereal when we did our Halloween special.
Oh, God, yes.
And
Kaboom cereal. What is that? I'm trying to. Comes back. Okay, so listen, I'm putting it down.
I didn't know it was here.
I don't know if I remember it, but anyways, let's see. Ryan79 says, I predict an alien invasion and we barely win. Would be fun to watch, honestly. Would be fun to watch. Ryan79. I don't know. I don't know if I could put that down. I predict an alien invasion and we barely win. So you predict an alien war, like War of the Worlds, like that just dog outside barking.
First thing is on the Kolchak when you talked about Jaws, Richard Keel. Yes, he is in Bad Medicine.
Okay,
I need to tell you that.
Okay,
Kaboom cereal is actually right up your alley, Dino. It is
Okay.
a vitamin fortified circus themed breakfast cereal by General Mills. And on the
Kaboom.
cover of it is a guy that looks like he just stepped off that horror movie about the clowns, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Okay.
And
Oh,
it's been referenced in a few movies and all of that. And it looks interesting. It looks kind of like a Captain Crunch type of thing.
okay. Isn't that a cereal that it looks like a cereal that is in those stores where you can buy like oh, what's the name of the store? They got like toys and stuff like that. And this is one of them. It doesn't matter. Anyways, okay, I got it. Kaboom cereal. Okay, so we got some more stuff coming on. The alien invasion. I don't know. Those
Yeah,
onion rings.
and
Go ahead.
Bubba had brought up the Yellowstone supervolcano is scary, and someone else had spoken about that earlier.
Yeah.
That is the one that scares me the most.
Yeah, I tell you, yeah, it's literally the entire middle portion of the United States, North
Yeah.
America there. And Art Bell's been talking about it since the mid 90s, and there is pressure down there and there's seismic activity, and they're like, if it were to erupt, it would literally the dinosaur thing. I mean, it would literally. I mean, if what's going on? What's funny?
No, just the dinosaurs.
Oh,
it's like, the dinosaurs are going to come back? What's going on?
Oh no. Well, when I say the dinosaur thing, the extinction of the dinosaur, they say it could have been an asteroid that's the main hypothesis, right? An asteroid hit the Earth and made a hole. Even the Tunguska, but that people say that's UFO. Could have been an asteroid. Could have been a thing that wiped out the dinosaurs. But something that big, like again, volcanoes exploding leaves off carbon monoxide. Am I right? What am I talking about? Or it makes it dark forever, gets cold. So if that one blew, if the middle of the country just blew, I think we've got a rough go of things. This is all I'm trying to say. When I get down to it, that's what I'm saying, Dave. Yeah, right?
I got you.
Boy, whew, long-winded, but I got it out. I predict the Ground Round and Arthur Treachers will go out of business this year. I did write that down. Okay, so
and we had the best as a kid. We don't have them around here anymore, but we had Arthur Treacher's fish and chips. It was the best fish and chips ever. And
I thought Arthur Treacher's is out of business. If there's another one across the country, because we had the last one in our area here in Ohio.
All right.
And they said this is the last store in the country, unless they lied to me. But I would go there, get the hush puppies, the fish platter, all that stuff. It was so good. It was so good. And the hush puppies from Arthur Treacher's were one of the best things. And I think they're out of business already. Ground Round, I don't know. I'm not real familiar with Ground Round.
And I have to admit, Willie made me laugh. Earlier on, he said, I'm also predicting that your show is picked up by one of the... And then that was the end of the sentence. And what happened, Willie? Tell us.
Oh, my God.
And then he rewrote it where it's picked up.
That's funny, Willie. And that would be great. I would love to be picked up by a... does he mean by like a network or something like that? Or does he mean...
He came back and said it's by national television.
Okay, well, listen, that would be
very
awesome,
nice. I think the Late Late Horror Show deserves that.
Thank you, Dave. Well, I think me and you make a good team, and I think that would be kind of a good show. And we would even prepare even better for that show. And we'd have people around us helping us. Anyways.
I can't wait for makeup.
Oh, geez.
Because it takes so long to get ready,
Okay, do you need to wear that hat, Mr. Dino? Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I'm
Don't
just
go
glad you don't wear the other hat.
No, don't wear the other hat. No. Ryan 79 says, I will win the nation's largest lottery payout, and the next day they will declare bankruptcy. I will win the nation's. Oh, yes. Listen, that's a joke, but do I put that down? Listen, Ryan. Okay, go on, Dave. Say something. I'm going to put that down, even though it's a joke.
All right.
Ryan 79.
I need to know, Ryan, two of my friends have actually won the lottery. So it's not that out of the world that you couldn't. But
whether they go bankrupt, I think haven't they gone bankrupt like over and over and over again? I mean, we're talking about the government, right? So they've gone.
Well, the government. I don't think the government's the lottery.
Yeah, that's state by state, so that's local.
Yeah. Here it isn't the government. So
okay, so however that works. Listen, I don't know.
Oh,
Okay,
one Sean Bond is here.
Hey, one Sean Bond, what's going on? Give us a prediction, Sean Bond. Something that happens in the world in 2024. Give us a prediction.
No snow in Canada. That's
yeah.
We know it's going to snow there.
Yeah, it's going to snow. Let's see, Jake Potts. Let's see. I predict the Cleveland Browns go to the Super Bowl only to have the second coming of Christ occur the day prior. So, Jake Potts, listen. I'm putting down the predicting they go to the Super Bowl. So, but you stinker. You know I'm from Cleveland, right? So, oh my God.
Cleveland Browns now and Dino going, we missed it by that much.
We missed it by that much. Anyways, goes to Super. Listen, we are on a Cinderella ride, but listen, we're at the very end. My hopes are where they always have been, and we shall find. Dharma 241 says she, her. So thank you for letting me know, because yes, I like to know, and I will remember that. So thank you, Dharma. She predicted something. I go back. Let's see. What did she predict? She predicted that something with the tectonic plates, something big with the tectonic plates. Let's see. Anything else here? Any more predictions? I'm a little far behind. Jake, I was thinking the same thing for the Jets. Jets wins the Super Bowl. Commercials bad. Commercials bad. Late Horror Show good. I was watching SNL the other day with the Frankenstein and Tarzan and Tonto. I think that's the three. And Frankenstein would go, oh, blah, blah, blah. And Tonto would go, things are very good. Do you ever remember it in SNL, Saturday Night Live?
I hated Saturday Night Live after the first year.
Okay, it was there was through the 80s. It was the Dana Carvey. Not gonna do it.
No,
not gonna do it. I mean,
yeah, didn't care for.
This is Ross Pro. I predict that I'm going to run for president again. And I'm going to win this time. Ross Pro says I'm going to do it. And I'm going to sell some chickens. Anyways, whatever. Disney closes. We've got a prediction.
No.
Christine, what a prediction. All you kids, close your ears. Christina has a prediction. She says, Christina June, that Disney closes. I mean, that's not out of the realm. Well, I think it is, because somebody will come out and bail them out no matter what. But listen, the prediction's down, Christina. Disney closes. Listen, they've been on the verge. The last few years has not been good to Disney. That's all I've had to say, Dave, right? Any 2 cents?
I'm a Disney stockholder, so I'm going to abstain from comments.
Really? Okay. Well, Dave's going, listen, watch what you say. Disney's doing great. Anyways, let's see, Ryan. So you have any idea how hard it is being a Chiefs? They're talking football. Watch X-Files, wait an hour or two, and listen to Art Bell. Okay. Dave and Goliath. Dino and Dave get sick of Seinfeld and never want to hear about it again. That's not going to happen. I know that for a fact. So that's not a yeah, that's nothing. Anyways,
better prediction would be we're going to watch Frasier this year.
Listen, there's time is infinite. We may one day get to Frasier too. Why not?
We may, and we may also get gray hair one day too. But
yeah, that might happen. I'm gray hair, Dave.
Huh?
But hair everywhere else is dark. But gray, I've been gray hair the past, oh my God, almost 10 years. It's funny how that happens. There was a girl that I went to high school with. From the moment of birth, she had a gray patch of hair right here. As the hair grew out in the color, the permanent hair, there was a big, giant gray patch right here.
Yeah.
And to this day, she's got that gray patch and never dyed it over all those years because it made her distinctive over everybody else.
That would have been a really cool side ponytail too, since it was the 80s.
Willie Abe, Dino, I need more cowbell. The Reaper skit on SNL. Yeah. Listen, if he says he needs more cowbell, please don't fear the Reaper. You're gonna the cowbell in the background.
I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
For Walken says I need more cowbell. I got to work on Christopher Walken. That's all I got to say. David. Yeah, I know. And Peter Falk says. Anyways, let's see. Anything else here? I predict I'll actually be around next year to hear how wrong I was. LOL, Duck Dodgers. Duck Dodgers, you'll be fine. Let's see. Takes away. A true prediction, no matter what political party takes the White House, I think there will be some sort of civil unrest at first. Yeah, well, listen, isn't that what's been going on the past few years also? I mean, that's already come true, Ryan. I mean, honestly, that's come true already. Listen, you can throw any topic really at me and Dave, I think, and we got something to say about it.
Absolutely.
Open lines.
Yeah, we are doing open lines.
Yeah.
And we've got, I just thought we have 52 episodes we get to do this year.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot.
We're gonna finish out Cold Shack this year.
Yes.
We've only got about 13 episodes. So, that'll be done sometime probably in the fall around maybe we'll end on like October 31st for Halloween. We'll do our last Cold Shack episode.
Yeah. Okay.
We got Columbo. We've got a lot of Art Bell. We've got some guest hosts.
Yes. All good. And you never know what we're going to end up getting into later and down the road. I mean,
absolutely.
Heck, we're going to hit Columbo, some of the best ofs.
Yeah.
We're not going to go through the entire Columbo catalog. We could, but we're not going to.
Someone just mentioned Twilight Zone. I'd love to talk about Twilight Zone sometime.
Yes.
I think we need to talk about the Three Stooges, the Bowery Boys, or the East Side Kids.
Yes.
There's so many cool things to talk
Marx
about.
Brothers.
Sunday night. Marx Brothers. Cheers.
Yes, I think that's one we should talk about, definitely. Edward Stewart. Let's see. Is this? Let's see. I predict all stores will all self-checkout. Oh, listen. No more hostess to serve you. It's pretty close to. Yeah, I won't write that down, Edward, because it is almost there now. It pretty much is. In my neck of the woods, there was, and this is a shame. I will mention, I'll mention a company. It's called Steak and Shake. If anybody's got it, it might be a Northeastern type restaurant. It was kind of like a 50s take. A restaurant on the 50s kind of thing, where you had waiters and waitresses in like white shirts and black pants and the apron, and they would run around, and it was a 50s theme kind of thing. And everything that happened 4 years ago now? My gosh, Dave, the whole, when the world closed down, everybody was thinking of what should they do to stay open? What should we do? This company came up and and I'm allowed to give my opinion on what they're doing wrong. Or that's nothing bad. Right, Dave? I'm covered. You got my back on this?
I absolutely do.
Okay. It's just in a world where you don't know what you should say. I say sometimes I should watch, but it was the greatest restaurant. Burgers. They had a butter burger. They had any burger you think. Their staple was their shakes. Any kind of shake you can think of. But the allure of it was the waiters and waitresses running around like crazy, bringing you your food.
Uh-huh.
When all of that went down, their change was to get rid of all waiters and waitresses.
Yeah.
And put a kiosk on the front area where people used to sit, where there were little bar stools, which got taken out. There's a kiosk, one kiosk for one person to come up to and put in their order, and you would get a little receipt printed out, and you would go sit at a booth by yourself, and you would hear tumbleweeds. Occasionally you would hear an older couple in the corner talking. Yeah, Mary's coming over for dinner Thursday. So, is she really coming over? I told you not to bring her over anymore. Well, listen, she's my sister's niece. She has to come over. And I'm hearing, and I'm going, I lost my appetite. So, the biggest and worst decision on the planet. I'm sorry. The whole allure on that restaurant is gone. So there are literally, they've become a place where 3 cars are in the driveway you'll see during the night. You know what I mean? And I think they're going to close up this year. That's a prediction of mine. Steak and Shake closes this year because you can't keep it going that way.
Yeah, that's awful.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah.
What type of, you'd mentioned that because I don't have a Steak and Shake. What kind of shakes do they have besides chocolate, vanilla, strawberry?
Oh God! First of all, you have all the side things that you can put in. You can put in like Heath bars, M&Ms, the cookie dough, anything. You can put it in anything, in your vanilla, chocolate, or your strawberry. So you can. I take that back. There were other flavors like pistachio and other different flavors, and they were all great. But you can add other things in there, mix it up. And it just was fantastic, man.
Cool.
But you can't go in there now and enjoy yourself, as a family or friends.
Yeah. Did you ever have Bobby McGee's?
Never heard of Bobby McGee's.
Bobby McGee's was a chain here in California, and everyone was dressed up like a character. So you might have, as your waiter, you might have Peter Pan.
Okay.
The next time you show up, you might have Cinderella. And the next time you show up, you might have like a pirate or,
yeah.
It's just all different. They just dress up however they wanted to as whatever fictional character.
Yeah, no, listen, that's cool. Listen, I have a dream at the moment. Okay. It could come true.
Yes.
I'm working on this, and oh my God, how much more to say about it. But my end goal, whether it's next year or the year after, this is a short term because I'm really working on this. Between the channel, I want to open up a coffee shop. I want it to be horror themed, somewhat, incorporating like toys, because I've got so much. It will be a place you can enter that's like, it's a coffee shop, but it's a family coffee shop where there's going to be theme nights where my show will be broadcast there, like the overnight streams. And there will be like noir nights, of course, open mic nights. There will be nights for karaoke because I do love that. Believe it or not, Dino likes karaoke. If anybody else had a VR headset, you could karaoke with me most nights on VR. But anyways, but horror themed, and me and my son and my daughter actually have talked about this, and he's planning on going and doing some business once he goes to college. But to incorporate the channel, some live feeds from the place, listen to The Shadow one night. It'll be a shadow night. Listen, I've got all kinds of ideas going on in this, and I've talked to the guy from Coffee Shop of Horrors. He will be my distributor for coffee. So this is a goal of mine, and I am hoping next year or the year after, something like that. I really am hoping to find a location and to do this. I want to do it. I'm going to go for it. So
exciting.
It would be. I think it would be really cool, and it would be a spot also that anybody on the channel could kind of come and visit. It would incorporate both worlds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it would be different than anything out there because all of the horror stuff I got, all of the. Anyways,
I know it, but would you stay open late?
Yes, I would stay open late.
Thank you, because all our coffee shops, they close.
Yeah,
like at 6.
Yes,
the one I go to closes at 8. Like when I'm done here, I book out to go get coffee because I'm a nighttime coffee drinker. I don't drink coffee in the morning.
Right.
And
I think that's the reason why a lot of them end up closing is because they think people drink to stay awake in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever. There's a certain time. Even Starbucks, I think, is like 9 o'clock or something like that. They're not open real late either, I don't think. But yes, those people will be closed for hours, and there's night owls everywhere. And the location I have in the city nearby, it's like 15 minutes away. Perfect location, close to the lake, an artsy community. These people stay up late. So, yeah, to not have a coffee shop. I often wonder why these things don't work. Dino's Midnight Hour Coffee. I've got some names ready. UFOs is no joke. What's going on? Jag Nude. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's kind of like open lines here, but I've got 14 predictions already. But yeah, soon as the show comes on, stay up past midnight, things to be decided. But yeah, it would be a late night coffee shop. So
is there a college nearby?
We do have Cleveland State University that is it's I'm not going to be attracting the college students, but it's an artsy city, and it's one of the bigger cities in the area. So I don't think there's a problem with bringing people in.
All right.
Without a doubt. So
I'm sure Connie will be there.
I would hope. Connie's a county over. I would hope that she comes and visits with her family. So yeah, that would be. But listen, you guys would all definitely know once it happens, and there are things in motion between me and my daughter and my son for the future of that, and it's something I want to leave to my daughter. So I'm hoping. Anyways, let's see. I hope I didn't miss any more. Journey to the Center of the Earth. I've really been thinking that about your show for a while, Willie Abe. Well, listen, I mean, it's odd because the thing is, Dave, right? I've become a channel that revolves around old time radio. So there's no getting around that. I understand that. The other things we do, the algorithm kind of messes with that. As much as I would love for me and Dave, and I do think we got a good show and good chemistry, and we put on, I think we're somewhat entertaining for you guys. Makes a great show. But are we going to get 15,000 views? Are we going to get 20,000 views? Probably not. We haven't yet. But it's because of the algorithm. So it's tough. Even the shows that I've done, like Whispers in the Dark, I think that's a really cool series. The Clue Club was a great series. Zane Stellar is a sci-fi show that I just started. It's on 2. 3 is coming soon. The algorithm messes it up and people don't find it. I've had one person say, Whispers in the Dark, this is very good. It should be a TV show. So I'm getting compliments, but it doesn't reach enough people. So I get that. There's nothing I can do about it. But anyways, except keep pushing on. But
we did get 100 thumbs up in 7 minutes in our last show. So that is fantastic. Do we have any thumbs up today?
Oh, I didn't even look. Let's see how many thumbs up we got for this stream here. 59 thumbs up.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad for a
That's
prediction.
not bad for this. Yeah. I mean,
And it's
listen,
Monday night. Oh, we
it
have
is.
to go to work tomorrow.
Yes. Tomorrow's back to the old grind, so to speak. So, yeah. So there we
That'd be
go.
a good name of a coffee house.
Yeah, I've got a
The
couple.
old grind.
Yeah, the old grind. Okay. Well, I mean, I was going the late horror show coffee, but I don't know how well that goes as a coffee house name, but I'll figure it out. Let me see. Let's see. Smurfberry Crunch. Am I missing anything, Dave? Are there any more predictions? Pink Panther says I predict everyone will try to go carnivore and quit by February and go sugarvore. Oh my God. Yeah. A take on and a joke on people just giving up on their stuff. I'm so far up, man. I missed a lot. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, Dave.
I don't know. It was a good conversation. And now I want coffee.
I know, right? Yeah. Coffee Shop of Horrors, man. Not a sponsor, but he sent me some good stuff, man. Always go for the late horror show brand if you like the chocolate mint. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, it smells so good. Anyways, Ugh, I got a doctor's appointment, Edward Stewart. Oh, hopefully everything goes well. Dino, my cousin made me put her prediction on DM. Let's see. Is that on DM on Discord? So the Discord link did get put up there. Okay, so here we go. Connie, on Discord, we got my cousin predicts. Where am I putting this in? Oh my God, no, I'm not putting it up, Connie. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, Connie. Not putting it up there. We'll move on. I think you'll because that's not going to happen. Anyways, I know that's not going to happen. Hey, Sir Sean. I think your DVDs make a big comeback. I think your DVDs making a big What? WWM. I think I love when autocorrect, man. It just makes for great sentences. I think you'll DVDs making a big comeback. How would DVDs make a big comeback if we have Blu-rays? And then not only do we have Blu-rays, but we have services where we just, like Amazon, you could download off Amazon, off YouTube.
Because that works so well for me as a teacher, because if there's something I want to show, I can just show it. I don't have to get the physical DVD. I don't have to find a DVD player.
Yeah.
I have to figure out how it works with the different operating systems of my classroom. So
yeah. No, yeah. WWM, that's not going to happen. Duck Dodgers, but well, you know what? There's Connie. Yeah, told her that. Yeah, tell her I laughed. Anyways, Duck Dodger says blockbusters will come back. You know, I feel that there's a need for the nostalgia of blockbusters, and I think people would go out. People hover, Dave, around those red boxes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that are just out on buildings, and you put something in, and a little movie comes.
I know.
If that can make it, I think the nostalgia is there. If blockbusters did it right, they could have something on their hands. I think they could really push for a surge in the nostalgia market. You know what I mean? But don't do where you guys were at the end. Take it back to the 80s.
If you want to talk nostalgia, I've got a shop near me that sells old-time Nintendo games. Yes. And you go in, and it's actually any operating system. I mean, I would bet you they have even Atari 2600 games. But they have all these areas, all these cases of old video games. They have, kids hanging out there playing games. Like, what the heck's going on?
Oh yeah, no. There's Game Exchange. There's all kinds of places who are taking advantage of the nostalgia and the old stuff. But honestly, these companies could listen. Vinyl has made a resurgence.
Yes.
My son he went out and bought an album of his favorite group at the moment. Not a digital download, not nothing. He went and got a vinyl. So there are resurgences and if you do it right, it can become a thing. And oh my God, the chat is just, I missed so much stuff, and I hope I didn't miss a prediction, but.
And John Swan, be kind, rewind.
Yes, be kind, rewind. Oh my God. Okay, I just went all the way down to the bottom. Hey, CRT TVs are making a comeback. People want them for old game systems. Yes, that's another thing. Ryan 79. Yeah, I mean, what's old is good again. Whatever. I don't know. Is new again. Whatever. Atari 2600 is back now. Exactly. I think now is a ripe time. And again, that's what I would incorporate, Dave, in my coffee shop. It would be a nostalgic type of feel with some of the toys and things I want to do. But anyway.
Well, I can imagine you showing movies,
If possible, yes. You got to look into being able to play those things if it's not on TV. You know how that goes.
Sure.
If you're a business, you got to watch what you stream or pay. I don't know how that works. There are some things I got to look into, but I've looked into quite a bit. Anyways, I think we should probably end a little bit early tonight because I've got something to do, which is why the overnight stream is pushed to 10:30. But 10:30, we're going live, you guys. Suspense, surprise mix all night tonight. But this was very fun. It's funny how you start a show and you're not sure where it's going to go, Dave. And then it ends up being quite fun. I think it was a fun show.
Yeah.
Got 14 predictions. I mean, that's good.
That's terrific.
Yeah. So next year,
I don't know how many of them were real positive.
Well, the one that gets me is Willie A.
Structured everywhere. All right. Let's hope we ring the bell next year.
Well, wasn't that Art Bell he had those, but he also did have like simple, really like unique ones. I don't know. I mean, but again, if you got the whole country calling it, listen, if I had a 1-800 number and I had somebody manning the phones, you know what I mean? And I could have people from all across the country call into us. Dave, can you imagine how our show would be?
I can.
Yeah.
I have a few of his predictions real quick.
Okay.
The population of Pahrump, where he lived, doubles. Yeah. He and Ramona open up a clothing store. A nuclear bomb goes off from a suitcase nuke bomb.
Yeah.
More UFO sightings and a UFO landing, and the stock market is going to go through the roof.
And this was in 2000.
2000.
Some of the predictions from Art Bell's show, his prediction shows. And you know what? I have to say, Dave, I wasn't a big fan of the prediction shows.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't, like the ghost story ones or.
Yeah. Or even some of the open lines. Like I needed a topic. I needed UFO, Bigfoot, stuff like that.
Area 51 workers. That was my favorite.
Yes.
Ask him how he pays for his meals.
Well, yeah. And it might have been the same caller, but one of the callers explained, or described like in detail, like the hallway getting to a certain room. It was just very interesting. I love that. Ree Larson, super chat, $4.99 super chat, buy physical media. Who are you, Ree Larson? I'm trying to figure out who you are. And then you go buy physical media. It even makes me wonder even more who you are. But anyways, listen, I did anyways, I'm not going to go into it. Thank you very much, Brie Larson. Let's see if the real Brie Larson stands up and gives us some more attitude on some of the movies she's making. Can't wait for the new Avengers. Anyway, super chat $4.99. Thank you. And you know what? I do agree. My physical media collection, the real good movies that I really want, I'm getting. Like when I tried to find Night Gallery 2, and I couldn't find it anywhere, Dave, except archive.org. I'm like, yeah, I guess your favorites, you do need to go out and buy the best copy ever if you can afford it. You know what I mean? So I agree with you. And thank you, Ree Larson, for the super chat. And with that said, another one in the books, Dave. We're at 9:20, an hour and 20 minutes. Great show. I look forward to Columbo next week, Dave.
So do I. I can't wait.
Negative reaction from Dino. That's the name of the episode. See you guys on the overnight.